Good morning, Scott here, known as Cantaloupe to some online, and I'm bringing a video to you on a subject that's interesting to me. It might be of interest to you or someone you know. And I want to talk about men who give other men a bad rap. I think that there's a common perception among women, and there has been for a long, long time, that men only want one thing. And while that is true in some cases, there are some guys who just want to have a fling and then disappear the next day, or worse, ask you to disappear. These guys do not speak for all men. I want to be clear about this. Their interests, their casual interests, so to speak, are not representative of all men. And you'll find that there is a population of men who are now coming back into power, by my perception, who have always believed and felt that a meaningful long-term relationship is probably the best way to go in most cases. We have been out of that loop for a while, haven't we? In the last 15, 20 years, by my estimate, it's been there has been a lot of emphasis on casual sex. People justifying and legitimizing sex as recreation, and I think that we're starting to see a swing back in the other direction where people are thinking otherwise. They're thinking, this isn't really panning out very well. Commercial sex, casual sex, and recreational sex seem to only have bad effects in the long run, and it's very true. How quickly people forget, right? But the point of this video is that men, such as myself, I'll speak for myself, I look for an expectation of permanency. It's if something's worth doing, it's worth doing right. And relationships are no different. Sex is no different. Sex is fun. It's absolutely delightful, but it's part of a bigger picture if you're doing it right, if you ask me. It's part of a much bigger picture that involves health and happiness of couples and other people who hopefully continue to meet, right? I mean, why would you invest your time in something reckless and dangerous like sex if there was no possibility of a future in it? I mean, it's something, right? Well, so anyway, my final point, my ultimate point in this video is that women have the wrong idea about men, many of them. There's a song by Poppy, if you're familiar with Poppy. She's a singer. She's been a popular singer for a long time, and her style has changed. This is connected. I'm going to connect it in a second. When she got started back in like 2015, 2016, she had a few breakout hits. Among them was a song called Money, which, if you listen to the lyrics, is about how she's explaining to men that they can't just plant a seed. They got to work it out. They need money. She's waiting for the money. Okay. And while I wish to be critical of that perspective, I'm not going to attack that, but I am going to say that she has the wrong idea if she thinks that men just want to plant a seed. Okay. There's more to it. There is. I would love, in fact, I have loved in the past, every meaningful relationship I've been in, we do things together. We share experiences together. And for me, that is the main thing. The sex is secondary to the sharing of experiences. It may be the experience at hand, or it may not be, but the experiences and the sharing thereof are the thing, for me anyway. And I think that a lot of men feel this way, whether they've been able to communicate it or process the idea or not. They agree with it because it's proper. It is. It's what makes it worthwhile. Having a shared experience is the glue that holds people together. Whether you're a friend with somebody or a lover, we have, unfortunately, we being society in this part of the world, have unfortunately heard a lot of untrue things. Terrible toxic advice as far as the friend zone. You want to avoid the friend zone. You don't want to be friends with your lover because they're two different things. And I disagree. Again, I disagree. I think that the best, most rewarding experiences you can have with a lover are when you are also friends with that person with an expectation of permanency. So it's something, this underscores the cause for all of the things you've heard about abstinence, about avoiding, overuse of contraception, for example, because that makes it too easy to fall into a serial monogamy situation or just to be casual and reckless. It's not so much about the contraception. The argument against it is in favor of having and reinforcing a framework where you want to have a meaningful relationship, where it's not necessarily right at your fingertips to avoid it. because unfortunately people prefer safety, especially women. Not to be judgmental. Women love their safety, and they will choose to be safe when possible, but at the cost of, committing or risking some emotional involvement, at the cost of risking some kind of heartbreak, because who wants to risk that, right? Contraception can insulate your heart as well, unfortunately, but it doesn't prevent the pregnancy that happens in the heart first. Where it's supposed to, if you ask me. It's a big subject. I think that you can prevent actual physical pregnancy, but you cannot. The contraception does not protect your heart from pregnancy. So you end up with people who get their hearts broken regardless. They become bitter and jaded. They become serially monogamous with the overuse of contraception, and they miss the point. They miss the point of sharing experiences in a long-term fashion. I think that's, for the last time, I think that's really the main thing. Some kind of big picture expectation of permanency. So women, if you see this video, there's plenty of straight men who are hopefully not too hard to look at and not too hard to be with, who want more than what you think we want. I'm tired of hearing people say, "Oh, you gotta, just prove yourself. You gotta, you have to pay the bills before we even get to that point." So, well, we're never going to be at that point if we can't understand each other, if we can't agree that we just want each other to be healthy and happy. Because for me, that's what it's about. My kink is seeing her be happy. Honestly, I think that's normal. So I don't know. Reach out with questions or comments to whitehotrobot@gmail.com. Thank you.